Right now, I'm just wondering if my colleague Carl Champley, host of DIY's Wasted Spaces, has checked in.
I'm Carl Champley with the Do-It-Yourself Network, and I need to sign in, I believe.
I don't know if you can tell, but his name is Carl Champley.
Let me look. It looks like we have him on here already.
I love that. A contractor who shows up on time. I love that. I've been looking for you.
We used to get a lot of phone calls from homeowners that were having difficulty maintaining their homes and were asking us to help them.
I need some of these on my house.
Habitat's #1 volunteer, Jimmy Carter, is helping to install solar panels.
Yep. All right.
President Carter and his wife Rosalind join the sites every day of the week, getting their hands dirty just like all the other volunteers.
It's kind of like a fraternity or sorority because we have folks come and join us that have been with us 20 years, and the only time we get to see them is when we come back for Habitat every year, and that makes it nice.
I was learning how to hammer and the fine points of hammering and removing of nails, especially when there's no joist.
Dustin Hoffman came, and we got him up on a rooftop, and he went sort of creeping out on the roof like all of us do at first. And in 30 minutes, he was up hammering nails with the owner of that home singing Guantanamera in Spanish.
I'm proud to say I have the record of having broken the most so far, 4 hammering nails.
As usual, Carl's timing is perfect. Tricia has been assigned to paint the eaves and trim on the Women Build home. Of course, Carl can't resist helping out.
Now, you know, I often say this is the only thing we do in our lives, we'll grow old with a smile on our face.
Well, that's a good saying.
Don't you think?
Yeah, that's good. And paint on our hands, for sure.
And paint on our hands. But tell me about your crazy husband. He's over there working with the former president, I believe.
Yes, he and I went to New Orleans last year and worked on a house, and it was just the most amazing experience for us. And so that day, President Carter said, would you come to LA and do the next one? And we're like, yeah. And so here we are.
Here in Los Angeles, Tricia and Garth are feeling like old pros. In fact, Tricia has been swinging a hammer since childhood.
I'm a country girl. I grew up in the country, and I was a tomboy, so I was always helping my dad do stuff, and he built the house that we lived in until I graduated high school, so he let you help to the extent that you wanted to, and then you could quit, so it was kind of fun. It was good.
While Tricia paints up a storm at the Women Build, her husband Garth is tackling a new kind of performance of his own, measuring siding. Carl manages to pull Garth away from his more serious work, sawing wood with President Carter.
What about the house that the women are building?
I haven't seen it yet.
Man, it's looking good, and it's gone up pretty quick.
And if women are building, you can bet it's going to be meticulously perfect, you know?
Yeah. No, your wife was great. She's in charge of painting all the eaves and everything at the moment.
Oh, she's painting?
Yeah, she is.
I got to tell you.
Got some on me, look.
She would much rather be swinging one of these.
Both Tricia and Garth are pretty handy at a construction site, but like all volunteers, Garth admits he takes more than he gives.
I think what I've learned more than just construction, I just learned how to work with people. You know, the fact that I'm working with people that have nothing to do with what I do. I have nothing to do with what they do, but yet we don't have a problem working together.
You keeping an eye on this girl over here?
Yeah. Yeah, every guy in the place is keeping an eye on that girl.
I wasn't looking, mate.
No.
At the Russell home, Carl gets a surprise visitor. Helping out today is Oscar Nunez of NBC's hit series, The Office.
Do you need gloves to caulk? Everything's so sterile these days.
Yeah.
Be careful.
You know what? You don't. You know what you
do? They had me in a harness at the beginning. I'm like, I'm going 3 steps. What am I, 80 years old? Why do I need a harness?
40. Mate, the best thing, seriously, to caulk, this is how you do it.
I don't remember asking.
Seriously, you just, mate, look at
That's
this.
what I was doing.
No, yeah, but
I was doing that.
You missed the vital tip.
That's because
What are you doing
you
with
have
this?
to unlock it.
Okay, you're gonna unlock it. Look, carpenter. You run it down like that.
Yeah.
You turn that off. You spit on your finger. And then you run it down like that. So you don't really need gloves. And that way, if you spit on your fingers, it doesn't really stick to your hand for very long.
Okay, see, that's the thing, but I had gloves on. They put gloves on me. I'm like, let the stallion run free. They're like, no, gloves for safety. So I went with the gloves, and it happened my style. I would have been doing that whole thing you just did.
So here's the deal, Carl. How come you get to meet up with all Garth Brooks, Tricia Yearwood, you're painting with her?
We had to get the place finished.
Well, every time I arrive, they're gone. It's like you Carl mobiled them off away.
Oh, I didn't cart them off. They, I think I just wore them out. And then they seemed to, they collapsed and they were taken away by a stretcher. Hey, kid, look out! Look out! No, seriously. See, there's a crack there. Oh, stop the work. You'd all like them to stay an extra couple of weeks, wouldn't you?
Oh, they can stay for as long as they like.